and welcome to the UkeStuff channel. Today we are looking at the full uke guide review of the Cordoba Protégé U1MS Laminate Soprano Ukulele. Now this would be really Cordoba's entry line ukulele. I think they also have something called the U100 that's available, and I am not sure if this is even a current model. This is being filmed in May 2020. And I just recently bought it, I think in the last month or so, maybe a little longer, but not much more than that. But I can't find this listed on Cordoba's current website. So this may be a discontinued model, which would explain perhaps how I got it. Now, how I work these uke guide reviews is I follow a standard sheet with every ukulele where I discuss the subjective issues of the ukulele, then discuss the objective issues, and come back to a subjective summary of my thoughts on the instrument. So let's talk about how I got this one. I got it for about $30, a little more than that with tax, from Musician's Friend. Now every day, Musician's Friend has a stupid deal of the day, or they have a day of stupid deals sometimes. I've never been able to follow one of those live as they go throughout the day. But this $80 instrument was selling for $30, and I decided to take a go at it. I've heard of the Protégé name for quite a while. I know of Cordoba's instruments, and I have no ill will towards them. I just don't own any at the moment. I did have a Cordoba CM15 that I gave away to one of my wife's cousins, so younger cousin, generational thing. So with that in mind, I know the company. Basically, when you're dealing with Cordoba, you're dealing with the same quality as the other big manufacturers or the big companies. And I would throw Kala in that mix, Lanakai in that mix, Ohana in that mix, and even some recent companies like Flight, for example. You'll find that same commitment to quality in most of their import ukuleles, and Cordoba's no different. And just like some of the other brands, Cordoba's entry level has a different brand name, Protégé. It does say by Cordoba on the inside, but just like Kala has Makala, and then Lanakai has the Koala brand, so does Cordoba have the Protégé. I don't know why they need to do that. I don't know why they need that separate brand. I understand calling like a series a different thing, but I don't know. Anyway, so this thing came to me at a pretty decent price, and this is my opportunity now then to review it. I've had it for a while. Haven't played it incredibly much, but I've played it regularly to make sure it stays in tune, and I'm ready to give you my thoughts on it. Just a couple things. It doesn't come with anything else, so you need to buy a gig bag, you need to buy extra strings, you need to buy a tuner. There's really nothing wrong with that, but the starting price of these, as I just looked online last night in preparing this review, is about $80. So to spend $80 on an ukulele and not get anything else with it is kind of a shock. So you are looking at the entry level, which should, realistically, it's more like the Kala KA15 model series than the Makala series. There's a few more nice touches here for the entry line of the Cordoba, but still a little more than you would think. So that's what we're looking at. So you've already talked about the cost. I'm telling you already with the value, I think you're getting less than the value of your money at that $79 or $80 price point. At $30, it's a home run, but at $80, you can probably do better for pricing. The build quality, I'm actually a little disappointed. The more I looked into it, the more I've been disappointed. And I don't know if I can show you it, but it has a bit of major scruffiness right here. It's hard to get in the light and let you see it. But if I run my finger along with it, you'll hear it. Hear that? It's really rough and scraped up there. And no, I haven't been dropping it or kicking it. It's also got some of that in here, in the inner bout, right there, in that waist area. And there's even a spot of scruffiness up here. There it is on the instrument. Hear the difference? So it's kind of scruffy, which surprises you for an instrument. I know it's entry level, but it's a higher priced entry level than your normal entry level ukulele. So that concerns me. And then later we'll take a look on the inside of the ukulele and take a look at what I see in there. but I see some things happening in there too, some scratching as well. So the build quality for me is not the greatest. I mean, the laminate is pretty. The laminate is thin. It isn't terrible looking, but when you start getting closer and you start seeing the scruffs, you start going, oh, really? So let's go take a look on the inside with the UCam, the interior UCam, just basically an inspection camera, and take a look at the inside. All right, let's take a look at the Protégé by Cordoba, the U1MS ukulele. We'll go in and see what it looks like in there. So, going inside, you can see the bracing there. A little bit of glue seepage on the side, not much. Some scarring on the side wall. All right. Then there's your tail block. You can see some glue. What's interesting is that the kerfing was too close on one side and not enough on the other. And we'll have to reset here to see if we can take a look at the top. There's some more. See if we can get that again without losing it. There's some more damage on the inside, or major scratches on the inside of the ukulele. I'm bringing it around. That is just a knot in the wood, so nothing to be worried about, but do you see the glue seepage there? All right. Then we're turning around. This is your block underneath the neck. All right, here's a view of the top. You can see the support on the top, a lot of glue, and then I'm not sure what those yellow things are that are sticking out of the bridge, because that's your bridge support plate right there. They're certainly not screws, so I'm not quite sure what we're looking at. So that is the inside of the U1MS Cordoba Protégé. All right, and that's what it looks like on the inside. It's a little bit surprising to me, especially with some of the other ones that I've looked at recently on the inside. Now, let's talk about the appearance. Overall, the appearance is attractive. It's plain. It does come with the sticker decal rosette, the sticker Protégé logo on the top, and that's it for it, other than the laminate wood, which itself is generally pretty attractive. It shimmers nicely, but again, remember that you also have kind of some of the scruffs on there that are visible once you see them. And the worst part about something like that is once you see it, you can't unsee it, so your eye keeps going there. Now, in terms of availability, as of right now, May 2020, these are still available. You can still buy them new from a number of places. They may still show up as a stupid deal of the day on Musician's Friends. That all thought, I'm not sure this is a current model. So beware if you buy one of these new that you may be buying old stock. If you get it in the $30 range, that's a home run. If you spend $80 on it, you're going to probably want to think twice about that. Playability? It's mixed. So it has a little bit wider nut than a lot of other sopranos, close to 36 millimeters, which does change spacing a little bit. It's a little bit wider than usual on soprano, so that's nice. The neck is thinner than usual than on many other 35 millimeter sopranos. So you get a thinner neck and a little bit wider neck. That's a win-win for me for comfort. Again, if you have really small hands, it might be more of an issue, but I doubt it. I think it's very playable in that context. That said, there are two things that need to be addressed, which are setup related. Now, if you believe that an ukulele should arrive at a person set up, ready to go, you're going to want to buy ukuleles generally from one of the supported internet superstar dealers, Mims Ukes, the Uke Republic, the ukulele site, Elderly Music. I think Aloha City Ukes in Illinois are known for setting up ukuleles before they ship them. If you're buying one of these off the internet, you're going to get some surprises. So this thing has super sharp fret ends, and the first thing I'm going to do when I'm done with this video is get out the sanding block and deal with those sharp fret ends. It also needs some adjustment at action at the nut. It's just a touch high, but I think it is enough to influence the playing of the instrument. So, with the combination of the setup needs and a less deep neck plus a little bit wider nut, it has the potential to be a very comfortable playing ukulele. It's just not, especially with those fret ends. They're going to dig into your hands in no time. Now, in terms of sound, this one, it's punchy, but the punch is all in the mid and lower range of the instrument. So part of that is just the laminate nature of it, right? It's not a solid wood instrument, so it's going to have a little bit of laminate tone. It's not an unpleasing tone, but it doesn't carry the treble, and there is sustain, but all the sustain is really in that mid-lower range of the instrument. So in a lot of ways, it doesn't act like a punchy soprano. It kind of more acts like a punchy concert. So yeah, the sound is middle heavy. It's not dark. It's not muted. It's not boxy, but it lacks sort of a trebly shimmer to it. Now, these are super Nile gut Aquila strings. Could potentially a fluorocarbon string help that? Possibly. But again, you have to talk about an instrument from what it ships with. So the sound is good, but expect more of a concert sound with it. And it certainly doesn't have any larger body than a normal soprano. So it's just kind of a unique sound for an instrument. Now, if you're a person that doesn't like the really high, punchy soprano sounds, this might be a good one for you. All right, let's go into the specifics of this instrument, the objective data. It's a soprano with a scale length of 13.75 inches from nut to saddle with 16 frets. 16 frets. It gets really hard to play way up there, though, I'll be honest with you, to get those highest possible frets. It does come with side position markers. Its body style is a traditional double bout. It is laminate mahogany all the way through and through. The fretboard appears to be rosewood. The bridge appears to be rosewood as well. It's a tie bar bridge, as you can see. The fretboard is not radius, it is straight across. The nut and saddle are listed as composite on the websites that I've looked. So it's going to be a plastic sort of tusk-like material. The saddle is not compensated, it goes straight across. The finish is a satin finish. The overall length is only 21 inches. So a lot of times I measure it's a little bit larger. Nope, measured right at 21 inches. And it's 13.1 ounces, so it's nice and light. It's nicely balanced. The tuners are just open geared tuners. A lot of soprano purists will ask for friction tuners or other things. I think it's fine, but again, I don't get caught up in the not liking the ears look. I get the people that don't, but that's okay. Each person to their own. So if you don't like those, you'll have to think about swapping them for a different type of tuner. Action at the first fret is a little bit high. It's higher than 0.5 millimeters at the first fret. So I think I will be bringing the action down just a touch, and that will help things out. It was actually perfect at the 12th, 2.5 millimeters, which was fantastic. The nut width is 35.78 millimeters, really close to 36, and the spacing between each string at the first fret is 8.85 millimeters with 29 millimeters G to A. So you get a little more space on your fretboard with a little bit wider nut. And the depth, and this is the big surprise, at the third fret was only 19.23 millimeters deep. That's pretty amazing, really thin, really, for an ukulele. So nice to see. All right, let's summarize this instrument up. This instrument again came to my attention from a special stupid deal of the day at Musician's Friend, and I bought it, and it came just like it is. So for $30, it's a home run. It's really quite good. It's Cordoba's entry line, or used to be Cordoba's entry model that they had, and it's really a decent ukulele. At the same time, I'm a little bit disappointed at the scruffiness in it, both on the inside and the outside. I've seen ukuleles that are much less expensive that are built nicer and better and with more attention to detail. Again, that doesn't mean that it's bad. Now, the real negative is going to be the price tag. For $80, you can get an equivalent ukulele, not just an entry level, but like an equivalent ukulele for what you're getting here, plus a kit of things for $79 or less. So really, the real challenge is at street price, this one isn't worth the full amount that you're paying for it. However, sounds okay. It's got good projection. It's got that real mid-range tone. So it's not a bad ukulele. It's a decent ukulele. It's just when you buy it, make sure it's the right price point, and you're going to need to either set it up yourself or know somebody that will do it for you. So I rate ukuleles on a scale of 0 ukuleles to 5 ukuleles. What would I give this one? Well, I think I'll give it a 3.5. You don't need to avoid it. If you get it at the right price, it's worth having. It's going to be fun to play. It's got that little bit wider neck, a little bit thinner, deeper, less deep neck. So 3.5 ukulele seems to be right to me. To get a 4, it would need to be a little bit better built, I think, without the scruffiness on it to get a 4. So that is what I think of the Cordoba Protégé U1MS Soprano. So thanks for watching this review, and I will be back with more Uke stuff soon.